Here is Xena, one of my girls. So I'm finishing up the work on the toolbox system. That's the notch I got to cut out to clear the door striker. I took careful measurements and drilled the holes to mount to the riser I built, pictured here. I tapped and drilled those holes, 1/4 20, used nutserts into the floor for ease of removal later, and mounted the risers, and then used the transfer punch to get the holes where I wanted them. Cash. This is Cash Money, named after Johnny Cash. Hey, buddy. Good boy. Come on. Move. So, I'm working on the toolbox today. My battery project is working. I may actually have a good 4 batteries to run to the Mile High Jeep event this July. So I have my box done. I marked out where my risers will be, drilled up the holes. You can see them here. The holes are tapped. So from the inside of the drawer, I will be putting them on like so. It's hard to do it with my left hand because I'm a righty. There we go. So that's how that'll work. I'm using nutserts to put the riser on. The riser will help me clear those back seats, or back seat mounts. I guess those would be the front, but this would be the back. That's how they look when they're all in. I'm debating if I'm going to put the carpet back in or not right here. I don't really think I care, so I don't think I will. Once I finish putting that one in, which is right here, I'm going to set the toolbox. Actually, I'll bolt the risers back to the toolbox. I'll put it on here. I will start these 4, and then I will tighten down these 4. Unbolt the drawer from here. Leave those in. Use my transfer punch again, which I don't remember where I put it. It's on the table. And transfer punch those top 4 holes. Then take it off and drill it out and put 2 more bolts on each side. So it'll be a total of 8 nutserts and 8 1/4 20s holding the drawer system down. There will only be 4 1/4 20s holding the drawer to this part. But that's because this metal is obviously thick. It's probably close to 1/8 inch. And the drawer is probably 10 gauge. I should say the shell of the drawer. Cabinet? I don't know what you want to call it. It's sticking up. I'm not totally worried about it bending. But the sheet metal these cars are made with, you need more support holding it to the floor than the supports to the drawer, if that makes any sense. If anybody has any questions, let me know. But let me finish putting that nutsert in, putting these things on the drawer, and then trying another test fit. You can see how I welded little brackets. You'll see that they're a little bit higher because they got to clear this and that because it goes up a bit. So when it's all said and done, it'll be nice and flush. It'll clear those hooks there. I do believe I'm going to put a board there just to support it, and then it'll tighten down itself. We'll see. I may add another square tubing. I don't think so though. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. There he is, supervisor extraordinaire, Cash. And I won't be doing much of that today. Maybe tomorrow. So, let me get to it. Okay, the nutserts are all in. Supervisor sitting there. The brackets are all painted and ready to drop in. And then I'll put the drawer in. I have the notch at least markered out where I want it to cut to clear the door catch or the striker, whatever you want to call it. But I decided not to cut it until this is bolted down The box is actually inside the truck or Jeep and permanently mounted. Once I know it's exactly where it's going to be, then I'll cut that. I just didn't want to cut it twice or cut it bigger than it had to be. So that's where we're at for today. So we'll see how all that works out. Today is Saturday. Yesterday was Friday when I did all this work and the nutsert work. So, and my battery project seems to be working. I haven't tested those yet this morning. But it's not through, I don't know if those are error codes or not. I don't know, we'll find out. And so let's get to it. Actually, before I do that, it was 80 degrees yesterday. I'm gonna pull the cover off my water cooler, swamp cooler, because yesterday I ran the AC, which in this area cost way too much. So I'm gonna open up the water cooler, change out the pads, and get that up and running before I do anything else. Because right now it's nice and cool. It'll be better to do it now. So, as long as Supervisor Cash here says it's okay, I'll go do that. Cash, is that okay? He wants to pee on something, I'm sure of it. Alright, so it is all in now. Little notch is cut. Striker is back on. It hits the plastic here on the door to hold it open. I will eventually maybe want keys for the box, especially if I store my pew-pews in it. So I'm happy with that. All bolted in. Pretty sturdy. I may want to adjust these a little bit more. Make it tighter fit. Actually, that's not bad. And then it's all carpeted up here. So I think I'll store straps down there, so if they get loose, it's not going to hurt nothing. I didn't even know that thing was loose. I may just ditch both of those. I assume it's supposed to have some way of securing it. I might be assuming a lot there. If I can get it out, there we go. Huh. That's always had a hole in it, apparently. Oh. Maybe there's no way to secure it. I don't see any straps. I see this thing here. You think maybe this goes in. Loosen it. And you expand it a bit. It'll lock itself. There. That's probably how it should have been the entire time. Sorry about my finger. Alright, I'll leave it in there then. And there's a dirty bastard. Just jam it in, right? Uh-oh. We have the hook, we get the hook. So you do need this to run that jack. There we go, maybe. There we go. So they're in there. That's kind of nice to have. Yeah. So, actually, I don't have a high lift jack on this truck. Holy shnikes. My Cherokee, my Comanche, My old M38A1 has one. This one doesn't. But there's no hot-dip jack on this truck. They have to. Probably a good thing I keep that. Alright, I think I'm mostly done with this project. Now it's just a matter of putting stuff where I want it. And figuring out how I want to put my tools in here. Probably going to be in those canvas bags. Then they won't rattle around as much. They'll sit in here nice. Tie the lunchbox and the lawn chair up here from all these mini holes. I'm happy with this. This will work out pretty well. Yep. All right. Talk to you guys later.